Hi, good morning, everybody. It's 9:41 on a fine Saturday morning. It's uh, April 4th, 2009. And I'm going to make a few short videos of how I was actually ambushed. And so this is going to be my first one, part one of my ambush. And it's actually how I was actually ambushed with evidence by my ex-wife. And the evidence that I was ambushed was not within the trial parameters. That, because before you go to trial, you go to a pre-trial, and that's where you make up the trial parameters. And, they say there's an agreement as per exhibits, and that's as per the Alberta Civil Practice Note 5, family law pretrial conferences. And so we did actually have an agreement with Madam Justice Rollins, Bonnie Rollins, before going to a trial with Madam Justice Karen Horner at trial. But anyways, we're going to start off with exhibits that I was ambushed with, and just examine the video. It's actually an audio of how it's taken in real time back to the year of 2007, May 17th, and it starts off where basically I'm being cross-examined by judges, or by Justice Karen Horner, and then I don't even get a break after being cross-examined by her. I'm still in the witness box, and just witness this, how I'm actually I'm still being questioned in the witness box, and then she's telling Miss Achtem, or today, which is Rhonda Sales, my ex-wife, she lets her ambush me with evidence. I'm handed this evidence, and within that, her bundle of documents, there are documents in there, and just notice how I even asked, can I see this, Justice Horner? And then she sidetracks me. She attacks my short-term memory. I do have short-term memory recall problems as per my Exhibit 2K that I have posted on my blog, just in that corner actually. That's where my blog address will be. All the evidence will be there. Exhibit 2K. And anyways, just watch the video, and just watch how I'm being cross-examined by Madam Justice Horner, and then just before I'm still in the witness box, and just before I'm being cross-examined by my ex-wife, I'm handed some surprise new exhibits, and I stop, I say, can I go through this? And then she sidetracks me. She assaults me by attacking my memory problems, and the courts were well aware of my memory problems. But you know what? They used it against me. And but in the part 2 video, we'll get into the actual cross-examination of it. And here it's just the start of the cross-examination of Exhibit A, and it starts off with what happened to me. And I was, back during my separation. My ex-wife left me because I couldn't walk, and I was being riddled by MS. And every spouse has a legal right to leave their spouse and abandon them. Well, a man cannot abandon a woman, but the court is biased where a woman can leave a man because he got in a car crash, became a paraplegic. Well, I was riddled by MS, and I couldn't, I had a hard time walking, and I guess my ex just, decided she didn't want to have nothing to do with me anymore. But I'm a lot better back then. I'm better today, and I am still riddled by it. The left side of my head feels numb. Feels like a horse kicking. I live that way every day of my life, and I lived that way the day of my life back during pre-trial and trial. But just listen to how I was actually ambushed with this evidence. And my ex-wife did even inform the courts that there were exhibits that were not within trial parameters, and they could not be adduced because they were never produced into the action. And that's pursuant to Alberta Rule of Court 158.5 subsection 1E. You can't adduce evidence in the middle of trial. Just as long as the other parties, it's been produced into the action in another hearing or affidavit.
Joe Thompson.
Okay, so tell me, how on the sale of the Calgary property did it come to be that although it was held jointly, you received $18,000, $19,000 from the sale proceeds, but Ms. Achtem only received $4,000? What was the conversation about that?
The conversation is about that. Well, you can have that to live on. I need $4,000 to pay off a MasterCard. And that's pretty much all I got. And pretty much, she said I have nothing more to say to you. Every conversation there was, I have nothing more to say to you.
Sorry, did Ms. Achtem indicate to you that she wouldn't sign off on the sale of the property unless she received some of the sale proceeds, or what? How did you agree to pay her $4,000?
Well, she wanted the $4,000 towards the house.
She wanted the $4,000 from the Calgary property?
Yeah, and she says if you want, you can have $16,000 and that's all you're going to get.
Okay.
And I did not agree upon that. That's basically all I got.
Okay. Okay. And anything further you wanted to tell me, Mr. Achtem?
Nothing more further.
No? Okay.
Any more questions?
I don't have any more questions, Mr. Achtem.
Okay.
Now, Ms. Achtem, obviously I've covered some of the areas that you might want to cover with Mr. Achtem, but essentially what we're talking about, I think the significant asset we're talking about, of course, is the Medicine Hat property. So it's your opportunity to ask Mr. Achtem what we call cross-examination. You can ask Mr. Achtem any questions arising from the facts that he's given me, or he's given the court, okay?
Thanks, Rhonda. May I present the exhibits right away to both you and I?
Any exhibits you want to question Mr. Achtem on, you go ahead and give him a copy and me a copy. That would be correct.
I come across.
You give them to the Madam Clerk and she'll hand them to Mr. Achtem and myself. Thank you. Okay, maybe just for ease of reference, Ms. Achtem, we'll just mark this as Exhibit 2 right now.
Okay.
And this is a bundle of documents lettered alphabetically from A through R.
Yeah. Why don't you give me a few minutes to go through this?
You'll have some opportunity. Ms. Achtem gets to ask you a question. Like, your evidence is finished, Mr. Achtem. She's just asking you a question. She'll give you an opportunity. She may not direct you to all of these documents, okay? When you get to cross Ms. Achtem, you can use these documents at that time when you go to cross-examine her, okay? So Madam Clerk will mark that as Exhibit 2. Thank you. All right, Ms. Achtem, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Rhonda. According to Exhibit A, the division of net sale proceeds of the Redcliffe home, had received $35,937.09, and I received $45,550. Is this correct?
Well,
If you look at Exhibit A, Mr. Achtem, she's asking you to look at Exhibit A of these documents she just gave you.
well, it is, yes, it is correct. The money that I received was we used for the purchase of the Calgary property.
Okay. Ms. Achtem, that's in the facts. Mr. Achtem took me over this statement of adjustment, and he admitted that $45,550 went to the Medicine Hat property, and $35,937 went to him.
Okay.
Some of the $31,000 odd went to the purchase of the Calgary property, and the balance went to his account, and he dispersed it to his credit card and other matters.
All right.
He's admitted that.
Okay. Was the reason I received approximately 10,000 more than you due to the fact that I was responsible for our daughter Kayla, and she would be residing in the Medicine Hat home with me?
No.
If that's not the reason, could you explain why I received approximately 10,000 more than you?